This segment is sponsored by John C. Flood. Since we didn't have too cold of a winter, you may think, oh no, it's going to be a really hot summer. And to prepare you for warmer temps, you should get your AC unit checked sooner rather than later. We don't know what's coming. Here to help with that are Chris Thompson and Jay Caslett from John C. Flood. Good to see you, gentlemen.
Good to see you again.
Okay, when it comes to getting our AC and everything checked, is having a mild winter change maybe the timeline of things? What do you suggest?
Yeah, I mean, I think we predict typically when we have milder winters that it tends to get hotter quicker. I mean, we're already looking at 80-degree temperatures as soon as next week.
That's crazy.
So I know a lot of people are looking forward to that, but
Yeah.
I think it might ramp up quicker than normal.
It's going to be here before we know it,
Yes.
really. Okay, so checking the central air filter, that's something we should do now as well?
Yeah, I would get on that as quickly as possible. Get down there, check your filters. If you have more than one HVAC system, you're going to want to check each filter. Make sure you change them before summer really hits, and then set a reminder on your phone to continue to change them, either monthly or every 3 months depending. So.
I will say, my husband's really good with that. He puts it in the calendar. Now, it usually doesn't happen by that date. It's just that, like, oh yeah, I need to go get new filters and redo it. But it's a good reminder, because otherwise, what happens when you don't change the filters? That's bad for the system, right?
Yeah, you'll start to have performance issues, you lose efficiency, and then you can also have malfunctions as well that could cause much more expensive repairs.
Yeah, we want to avoid that for something that's so simple. What about, Chris, what about the air vents? Where are we at here?
Yep, well, like any vent, obviously that is what the cold air comes through, and it's obviously got to be free of obstructions, and obviously those are little vents you'll see there on the walls or at the baseboard areas, and obviously over time they'll collect dust, hair, dander, mold, all kinds of nasties. So most people don't pay attention to those either, so you'll want to, not only aesthetically it's nice to keep them clean, but obviously it also allows the air to flow freely through the house as well. So you can just take them, they're usually very easy to remove, and you just wash them with soap and water and pop them back in.
I feel like right now, too, with the vents and the filters, with all the pollen and everything, this is a great time, because things are stuck everywhere.
Right.
We're all feeling it a little bit.
Right.
Okay, what about the outdoor AC condenser? What do we need to do with that right now?
So it's always good to, do a walk around your home, check on things, and take a look at the AC system as well. Those outdoor units, especially if you're in an area with a lot of trees, you can get a lot of leaves and debris build up around those units, and they need to breathe, so they need space around them. And you can also even bring your garden hose around and give them a good wash.
Oh, you can use your hose on them.
Absolutely.
Oh, that makes it a little easier. But you talked about space around them, like how much, obviously we don't want bushes right up on it and blocking everything.
Yeah, if you can give your unit a few feet to breathe, that's important for the health and life expectancy of the unit as well. If it's too cut off from airflow, it can also cause a lot of issues that could end up being, expensive.
Yeah. What is your process when it comes to going out, checking somebody's unit at their home? What should they know when they're getting in touch with you?
Well, actually, typically when we start doing our AC checks for people, whether they're a customer of ours already or somebody that's new, obviously we had a very mild winter, and so typically we don't even start doing those till the middle of April, but we've already started doing them. And I would say, as I mentioned, if it's 80 in February, I'm expecting like 150 in July or August. So it's probably better to get that checked now, because I have a feeling these ACs are going to be tapped to their all capacity this coming summertime. So it's best to get those checked and make sure you get them scheduled for an AC inspection as soon as possible.
I feel like, too, and we talk about this in the winter time, all of a sudden somebody's like, either something goes wrong with it, or they're like, oh my gosh, it's starting to get cold, but then it's hard to, you guys are busy this time. So we want people to get in and get it done soon enough, so they're not waiting, they're not, something doesn't go wrong, or get it before anything bad happens to their unit. 'Cause that's an expensive fix, right?
That's ideally the best solution, right?
Get on your schedule now, for sure. All right, Chris, you have a really cool shirt on. It's called Wrap Your Home in Love. For those of you at home, we've done this partnership with JC Flood where we gift a very deserving person a whole new unit, right?
That is correct. And this year, for this current one, we were working again with the Easter Seals of Virginia, Maryland, and DC. And as you know, we are working with CBS. And we are doing registrations right now. I think you said we're getting into the final.
Yeah, we're kind of reviewing all the nominations. There's information that you can see on that. You and I have been there when we've delivered and talked to the people. How cool is that?
It's amazing. And I mean, some of these people, we had the one woman hadn't had heating and air conditioning in over 10 years. So, and then she was an older woman in her 80s. So it is very empowering and very nice to be able to do something like that for someone, because you can't imagine, like, obviously, with the weather we might have for summertime, having somebody that doesn't ever have air conditioning, and to be able to do that for somebody is really, it's amazing.
And I think one of those days it was super hot that we were there.
Right.
So we're just standing outside, and I'm thinking inside the house how hot it's got to be. I mean, JC Flood just brought like so much relief and joy to this woman, knowing she was going to have air conditioning.
Yeah.
That's why we want to take care of our own units as well, because we don't want to find ourselves in that sweat box in our home, right?
Definitely.
All right, Jake, one last tip for anybody just like they need to be thinking about right now.
Well, filters, obviously outdoor units, we've hit on those. And then, you know, going around the home, checking to make sure the vents are open in certain areas. Airflow is very important. And then just getting us out here to make sure that your refrigerant levels are proper before summertime, and just kind of gearing up and being proactive and getting a service technician out to your home is very important.
Proactive is the key word there. Gentlemen, thank you so very much. We'll see you guys soon for Wrap Your Home in Love. Remember, get ahead of the game. Get your AC unit checked sooner rather than later. For more information, head to johncflood.com.